program, Season 2, Episode 1. Let's see if the technical issues are gone. Hopefully. So, what is Crystal Coaching? It is a program made for individuals who want to learn more about crystals, quartz crystals, or as some of you may know them, as healing crystals. As you come in, feel free to share and type into the chat where you are joining me from. Also, let me know if the sound and video are okay. As I am experiencing a lot of technical issues, and now I know why, because it's the full moon. And as we all know, the full moon has a lot of influence from an energetic point of view. So feel free to type into the chat where you are joining us from, and if you have any questions, or if you have a particular crystal that you are interested in. And I will start with amethyst. Amethyst is the first crystal that I recommend for people who are only starting using crystals. And the reason for that is that amethyst has the highest vibrational frequency of all the crystals, and it connects an individual to the spiritual side of things. Also, it has the ability to raise or lower its vibrational frequency as it attunes to its owner. There are many types of amethyst. One of them, and my favorite, is the dog's tooth or chevron amethyst, and I like to call it wolf's fang. That type of amethyst can be recognized by its similar patterns throughout the crystal. And it can be used as a key to open locked doors in the spiritual realm. Being a high vibrational frequency crystal, amethyst can be used in meditation, because it works on the mental body by clearing our thoughts and calming us down. It can also be used if you have sleeping problems. It is recommended to put one amethyst under your pillow during the night, and you will have a peaceful sleep. Especially recommended if you have nightmares. The second crystal that I recommend for people who are just starting using crystals is citrine. And the reason for that is because citrine is a grounding crystal, so it is the opposite of amethyst. It can be used in meditation as well, but for grounding, and it can be used for protection as it repels negative energy and entities. And it can also be used for attracting abundance. The third crystal that I recommend to start with is the clear quartz. And what I have here is a clear quartz crystal generator used to amplify and generate energy, especially positive energy, as well as pushing back all negative energy. So clear quartz can be used to replace any other crystal, as it possesses all the spectrum of colors and it can be used on any chakra, basically for any purpose. If you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat. And now that is the full moon, one of my favorite crystals is the moonstone. And moonstone takes its energy from the moon, and it's a very calming crystal, especially recommended for females. Especially during pregnancy, to alleviate any pains. But moonstone, although it is recommended for females, it helps males understand females better. Moonstone possesses the divine feminine energy, so it attunes us to our sensitive side, to the divine feminine within us. Speaking of the full moon, now it is a perfect time to charge your crystals. And you can do that by placing them in the moonlight. But until we get to the charging part, let me tell you some ways of cleansing them first. It is recommended that you, whenever you get a new crystal, first to charge, and second to, no, first to cleanse, second to charge your crystals. And some recommended ways of cleansing crystals. I am going to read them to you from my book, Crystals, which you can find on Amazon. You can find the links on my website. So, recommended ways of cleansing. First one is smudging or incense sticks. And you can do that by placing the crystal where the smoke can cleanse the stored energies, negative energies, and programs that may have been acquired by the stone. The second way of cleansing is by using a crystal druze, geode, or cluster, by placing the crystal on that for either 24 or 48 hours. The third way in which you can cleanse crystals is water. And if you live near to a natural running river, you can place the crystal in an open mesh bag and hold it for a short time in a river. However, if you do not have a source of water near you, like a running river or the sea, you can use running water in your house by placing it under the running water. The fourth method of cleansing crystals is Earth's energy, and you can bury the crystal in the earth for 24 or 36 hours. Also, if you choose this method, be sure to mark the spot where you have buried it, as you may have the surprise of not being able to find it. The fifth method, recommended method of cleansing, is visualization. You can use visualization or thoughts energy to cleanse your crystal. And the sixth and final recommended cleansing method for crystals, if you are a Reiki practitioner, you can use Reiki energy to cleanse your crystal. Not recommended cleansing methods are direct sunlight, especially for the amethyst, as it affects the crystal in the means of fading its color. So it is not recommended to leave the crystals in direct sunlight for long periods of time. And the second not recommended method for cleansing, although many people recommend it, is salt. And the reason salt is not recommended, or at least I do not recommend it, is because crystals, like us humans, store high amounts of water, and exposing them to salt dehydrates them, causing them to eventually break. And some charging methods are crystal druze, geode, or cluster, by placing them for 24 or 48 hours. Water, as you see in in the cleansing process, Earth's energy, as well as seen before, visualization, and Sun and Moon energy. You can place the crystals where it can get the energy from the Sun and the Moon, like a window or a table in your yard. But be sure that it does not stay in direct sunlight, because it may damage it. In my book, Crystals, you can find some of the crystals based on color and the ways you can use them for. As well as for what chakra they are good for. In the next episodes, I'm going to talk more about specific crystals. Please let me know in the chat which crystal would you like to learn more about. There are a lot of special types of crystals as well, and special forms or shapes, like the sacred geometry. And crystals can be used to communicate with other realms through different means. One of them is using a pendulum to get yes or no answers to your questions. Other ways are through meditation, by focusing on the crystal itself. For anyone interested, I also do crystal readings, either using the pendulum or using my crystal deck. And also, as you can find on my website, I do crystal coaching sessions like this one in private. You can find all the things that are available, all the sessions, on my website. I will type in the chat. If you go to the appointments page on my website, you can find a list of the services that I offer. On the left hand, you can select coaching sessions. On the right hand, reading sessions. And in the center, you can find healing and therapy sessions. So if you would like to learn more in private, you can book a session with me. I am currently working on making a course in crystals, an online course where you can learn specific techniques that you can use when working with crystals. So, thank you everyone for being here. If you have any questions, feel free to type them into the chat. This show is a weekly show. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe my page so that you will get notified when I am live. Also, in the morning, I have the morning show in which I talk about various topics, different topic each day, so feel free and welcome to join me. And don't forget, tomorrow evening I have the program which is called The Healer Unleashed. So for everyone who has any issue, any health issue, feel free to join me, as at the end of each episode, each show of The Healer Unleashed, I perform a healing session for everyone who is watching. So thank you again for your time, and I shall see you tomorrow. Have a good night.